Hi, Tabby.
Hi, Naki.
Hi. So you're going to start by telling your viewers what your name is. Your name and your surname.
Oh, so I'm so blessed to have the name that I like most. People, they kind of struggle to call me, some of the people in South Africa, because there's Tabitha in the Bible, but there's Tabitha in South Africa. But my name is Tabitha, the one with the TH at the end, not at the beginning. And it's a
Mm-hmm.
biblical name, so that's my name I got from my granny. My surname is Thomas, so my granny is the one who took me to school actually, and he gave me his name as a surname, so that's why I'm called Tabitha Thomas. I love that name when I was still little, like TT, so that's my name, Tabitha Thomas. Yeah.
Love it. It's a beautiful name. Do you have any middle name?
Not really. We had a Muslim background from my family, but my Muslim name didn't really kind of get people to know, and my name just became Tabitha since I was young.
Mm-hmm. And what does your name mean?
So Tabitha means graceful. The Bible speaks about Tabitha was this woman who have love for people, helping widows, and serve the community. And I found myself, my name become a real Tabitha in the Bible because I love serving others. I love helping people who I need. And I think when your parents call them your name, is really sometimes that name will follow you. Yeah. And it's a graceful, it's a merciful, and serving others.
I love it. Which country were you born in? How many countries have you been to?
Wow. Actually, people they always think I'm from Tanzania. Yes, I'm born in Tanzania. I grew up in Tanzania, but my dad is from Rwanda. I've never been Rwanda. By God's grace, I passed with the flights when I was just going home at a certain point. But I'm originally from Tanzania, but my dad is from Rwanda. And yeah, I was born in Tanzania in a place called Musoma. It's a very small township, but very great township that is very famous in my area. Yeah, I grew up in that area most of
Mm.
my life up to grade seven, and then from grade seven I end up going to high school. So I think that's my life of being out of home. We started the yeah.
Okay. And how many countries did you say you've been to?
Oh yeah, you spoke about countries. When I was a student, I used to have this feeling of God called me to go to nations and places, but I didn't really know how I gonna get to go. But when I was a student in my second year, I took a journey of faith. Crazy faith started there when I was a second year. I went to Kenya, but in that trip I ended up going to Uganda as well because it's in between Kenya and Uganda where I was going. But it was like 5 days trip, and it was just beautiful, just going and just have fun with Jesus. I didn't really go specific for mission. I just felt like my mind was just need to be out of my country.
Mm.
And I didn't know God was using that maybe to prepare me for this time. And later on came back from that country. I came back, I finished school, and a certain time when I was working, I felt like God started put my heart for love nations, and I didn't know like which nation gonna come next after the trip from Kenya and Uganda. And I specifically God gave me South Africa, and that's at the time I came to South Africa, and it was just beautiful, just being part of God, what God is doing in this nation. And being in South Africa, I went to Botswana for a mission trip. It was a project I was doing with the kids for a month. I stayed there. It was just beautiful. Just enjoyed leaving the village. I never been the village before. And yeah, and I think also my first trip being South Africa, I had a journey trip going back home, and I passed through Zimbabwe, stay there, sleep one night, going to Malawi, Mozambique. It was crazy journey. I'm not gonna advise anybody to do that trip. It was crazy, but it was really good to experience different places in such very short period of time. But yeah, I think I'm trying to think of the other. Yeah.
Okay. What do you love most about meeting new people?
I think for me, meeting new people create friendship and family. I found now I'm in South Africa 7 years. I have a lot of people God bring on my way that's become part of my family. So meeting new people, I don't take friend for granted. I really take friends serious and become part of my life, part of my family. Yeah.
Love it. And why did you decide to start this YouTube channel?
That's a good question. Because for sometimes now, God been putting in my heart for so long. I've been living this life of faith for some times now, and most of the time when I meet with my friend or when I share the gospel with the people just around, I get to share about my faith journey, and people get to be inspired with my faith journey. And I'm just like, okay, maybe there's someone somewhere need to hear this faith journey that I've been walking with Jesus, and that was more of my inspiration from God. That's I really need to do this. I really need to start this YouTube channel that I'm gonna release some episodes that will share the testimony and what God has been writing in my life. Yeah.
Okay, and you mentioned your relationship with Christ quite a lot. When did you get born again?
I think at the beginning I told just you guys that I grew up in a Muslim family. So my dad was a Muslim. When he got married to my mom, we become just a Muslim. And later on, my dad passed away when I was little. So then my mom was staying with her dad, and her dad was a Christian. In that time, my mom dad was asking her like, why don't you come back to Christianity, because your husband is not here anymore. And I was grade 4 by then, and I like, Mom, I want to be a Christian. And I used to go with my granny at church actually, and still go to mosque. And that's the time I think I fall in love with Jesus, from the time we become a Christian. It wasn't per se born again, but for me, I felt like that was my first love. If everybody at home not going to church, I'm the one going to church by myself. Yeah.
Or that's amazing. Who do you look up to?
I think I grew up in that space because I didn't have anybody to mentor me or to disciple me. I was always longing to be born in a pastor's house. That is the way crazy faith I had. Like, I wish I could be in a pastor house. Maybe I could be growing so fast with my faith and my walk with God. But I think God really, He was encouraging me that where you are, your family is where I want you to be, and you can see grow where you are. And I become just pursuing of God by myself and looking unto people who are already just walking this faith, and I want to be like this person. I want to be more like Jesus. And I think I was more looking unto God and looking at the people who really just walk in the faith journey with Jesus. Yeah.
Okay, and just lastly, what should people that subscribe to your YouTube channel expect to see?
I'm looking forward to really inspire faith. The purpose of starting this YouTube channel is about inspiring faith, and the theme that I'm going through in this series that I'm going to share is about God is writing my story. So God's story is my story, and part of that God's story is my story. I want to just people to be inspired and inspire faith journey with the Christ. If God been working with me for 20 years now, I want to share some of the testimonies of how God been come through for me in my life when I was a student, how He came for me, how He paid my school fees when I was say yes to come to South Africa. So all these stories I want to share in different episodes to inspire faith and encourage, especially we live in the world, people feel so discouraging when there's a promise of God and the promise not coming. How can we wait? How can we still hold into the faith journey and walk in this faith journey with Jesus? So that's my heart and my really just the thing I wanna looking forward to see, that everybody will be inspired to walk in this faith and trusting God for the breakthrough.
Awesome. Thank you so Toby. We look forward to subscribing and having fun.
Thank you.
Bye.